Hey, my name is Jazzy, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 reasons why you're probably still single. Okay, 1. You might be a perv. I mean, you could be for guys, like you guys could be walking around and asking girls for numbers so you can text them and ask them to send seductive or sexual pictures of themselves. And girls, you guys can be doing the same things. And well, that's kind of gross. I mean, if somebody doesn't want to be in a relationship for just sexual pleasure. They want to look for the fact that they're emotionally attracted to someone, not just sexually attracted to someone. Reason 2, you might be inconsiderate. I mean, you might be going around calling people sluts and ugly and fat. I mean, girls and guys, you guys can both do the same thing, and it's really not really cute. You make people feel really bad, and you guys are being a jackass. That's goes into number 3, being a jackass. I mean, how would you feel if someone went around and called you ugly or a slut or fat? I mean, how would you feel? It's not a really good feeling that you're not good enough. So keep that in mind. 4, you may be loud and obnoxious. Um, a lot of people don't like that. They don't want someone who's going to be, extra loud and yelling and always yelling and hollering about that one girl that you seen at the mall talking to that one guy even though he's dating that other girl. I mean, it's not cute, and also being obnoxious about other people. You're not supposed, don't make fun of a lot of people. Don't be like, "Oh my gosh, do you see her shoes?" or "Oh my gosh, is she really wearing that?" I mean, it's not cute, and being loud also isn't cute a lot. I mean, you can be loud, but don't be extra loud, because a lot of people look at you and be like, "She has no self-control." Or he has no self-control, and it's really not cute at all. And it could also ruin a lot of friendships if someone thinks that you have no self-control. Um, Number 5, you could have a bad reputation. I mean, you may not know it, but you could have a bad reputation. Someone could be going around and talking about you, for guys and girls. If somebody found out something about you and they're talking about it, at school or at your job or anything, and you don't know that it's going around, and you have a bad reputation and you don't know why certain people don't want to date you or be your friends at all. And you also need to find out if you do have a bad reputation. So ask certain people, even ask around. It may seem really desperate, but ask around. Ask them, you know, do you, do you hear anything about me sometimes? I mean, don't sound desperate, but then again, I guess you might have to be desperate in those times. Like, it, it may have to come down to that point. Number 6, a lot of people look for girls or guys that have swag or are fresh. I mean, that's just how some people are. I'm not saying that you're ugly, I'm not saying that you're unattractive, but some people look for people that have really nice shoes and dress really nice and wear their hair nice. And really, my hair is not really done right now. I haven't been up that long. I was inspired to do this video because certain people have been messaging me on Facebook and on Twitter and asking me to do this. So, yeah. Um, People may think you're ugly, so I'm not saying you should change your appearance, but maybe you should find out if you should change a little. Everyone's beautiful inside and out as long as you're not doing anything wrong. I mean, just be comfortable with yourself, but change is good sometimes. But don't change for someone else. Change for yourself. Um, Number 7, you could be hanging out with the wrong people. I mean, if the people that you hang out with are total bitches and they're bullying people and going around and picking on people, somebody can look at you and be like, "Oh my gosh, she's so fucking beautiful," but their friend will be like, "She hangs out with them," and they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, she hangs out with them," and if the people you hang out with are bitches and bully other people, the person that looks at you and is like, "Oh my gosh, she's beautiful," or "Oh my gosh, he's so amazing, he's smart, he's athletic," they're gonna look at you and be like, "Oh my gosh, they hang out with them, so she's obviously just like them. She bullies people, or he bullies people, and he's just like the person that he hangs out with all the time. He's just like his best friend." But that could be not true. So also look at the people that you hang out with and see if they're positive influences on you, and change it if you need to. Number 8, you could be a hoe. You could date everybody that you look at, like every other person that you see. You could be a hoe. You could be fucking a lot of people. Um, well, nothing I can really say about that except for don't be a hoe. Don't date every person that you see, and don't have sex with every other guy or every other girl that you see, because that really can get you a bad reputation, and people look at you and be like, he's loose or she's loose, and loosey goosey, like, that's not very cute at all. And I'm gonna just leave that at that because I don't want to offend anyone. Um, Number 9. You could be going for the wrong type of people. Like, you can look at him and be like, oh my gosh, he's a quarterback, he's a track star, he's so athletic, he's freaking beautiful. And for guys, you can look at her and be like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing, she's goalie for the soccer team, or she's captain of the volleyball team, and she's so beautiful, she has long, beautiful blonde hair, and anything like that. But the person right next to you, the math nerd, doesn't even have to be a math nerd, like, the person right next to you that doesn't talk a lot, like, they could be more important, because that guy that's on the football team, or that girl that's on the softball team, or the volleyball team, or the soccer team, they could be a bitch on the inside, but they could be so beautiful on the outside, which makes them ugly on the outside because they're ugly on the inside. But the guy right next to you or the girl right next to you, they could be the most amazing person in the world because they're not ugly. I mean, like, they might not be the most attractive person in the world, but they get good grades and they're smart and they could be athletic too, but they just don't bring themselves out the way other people do. Number 10. You could just be a really good person. Like, nothing's wrong with it. Like, you could be really quiet. You could be a really quiet person and you could not talk a lot and not join a lot of clubs. And that can also be a reason why you're single, because you don't get around a lot, so people don't look at you like that. People look at you and be like, oh my gosh, she's boring, or he's boring, or he doesn't talk a lot, so he's obviously a nerd, or anything like that. People look at you and be like, she's boring, so I don't want to be around a boring person. Because people want to be around people that they think is fun. Anyways, I hope these tips helped you, and if any of these reasons are a reason why you're single, fix them, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to die alone. I'm pretty sure you might want to grow up and have a couple boyfriends and girlfriends and grow up and get married, have kids, nice house, job, career, you know. Pretty sure you don't want to grow up and date your coworker at McDonald's. And if you do that, well, good luck. Anyways, subscribe, comment, like, and I'll be back with a couple more videos soon. Bye.